Hey everyone, welcome back to ECS Timotion. My name is Alex, and for this video, I'm doing another detailed weather forecast update, a detailed bushfire update coming your way around Australia for the 5th of February 2024. We've got multiple bushfires now raging in WA, and two of them were posing a threat today to homes today, and one at the moment. We'll talk about two very large, overgrown bushfires in the Grand Plains National Park and Little Desert in Victoria. Also talk about the downgrade of the Ottawa National Park in Victoria. If you are brand new to the channel or you are not subscribed, please do consider subscribing to see these videos every morning, daily, or every day and a half. Let's get stuck straight into things in WA. With the fires, first of all, we had a couple incidents, not really too big of a deal. We had one near Meadow, Hamelin Pool, Coburn. This fire was just a fast-moving grass slash shrub fire. It was burning around this area here, right here. It's all now being controlled. But if you're left in the area, I wouldn't recommend returning because the fire is still burning a fair bit. And if you haven't left yet, it's best to leave just for safety towards the north, towards Hamelin Pool, or any northern towns or areas. You can go to the beach as well if there is even a beach somewhere. If you live in this yellow highlighted area, be prepared to leave or just stay informed because this fire is not something you want to be messing with. Let's go to another fire in Perth, which is a relatively small one. It began in the Hester Park. It's a bit of a strange one, I'd say. Well, not strange, but this is something. If you live in Kincumber, if anybody here knows Kincumber in the Central Coast, well, this is one thing similar. There's a path through the forest, and there's like a forest, like bushes here, and there's a very fast-moving fire over here, and this was caused by humans. It might have been with somebody throwing out a cigarette while smoking. That's extremely likely. Also, somebody on purposely could have lit this, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was caused by lightning. I really doubt it though. But it started along the path, so it's got to be started by humans. Anyway, it's a very fast-moving, traveling bushfire along this path here. If you are tracking on this path, you probably wouldn't leave immediately right now if you live in any of these areas. If you live in these areas here, I mean, you can stay, but if you live on these outskirts of the homes, leave immediately right now. You will get affected for 100%. Your homes will possibly be lost, especially these homes here. If the winds, they might have already been affected, but some homes will possibly be lost and damaged from this fire. If you live on this side of the river, you don't have to worry too much, but should be still prepared to leave. The fire could jump this river anytime, really. It's more so a creek, and it could just jump, this creek and go to these other homes. So if you live over here, be prepared to leave. If you live in any of these here, leave now. If you live here, leave immediately. If you live in any of these other areas, just stay informed. And if you live here also, just stay informed. It's a smaller 100 to 200 hectare bushfire, just burning in the park. It's more so a grass and shrub fire, also associated with some trees underneath. It's very fast moving towards the south, towards the east-southeast. But yeah, it's leave now, right now, for safety, because it is a pretty bad fire going on there. But that's too much already what I'm going through this video. A lot of warnings indeed. Let's go to Esperance. We had an emergency warning at Bandy Creek as well over here. We had a very fast-moving bushfire as well. First travelled to the south, burnt all this area, and then it also burnt these areas here, and it did affect a couple properties, and it definitely did affect backyards. It started over here and burnt all these areas here, but then it sort of jumped this road, and then it burnt in these areas here, and it did affect homes. I'm not sure if any homes were lost, but it definitely affected some backyards. I heard the news and stuff. Not too much info on that. But there were definitely some backyards that were kind of affected by this fire. If you live in any of these areas and you actually left the area, if you do live in any of these areas, I would just recommend leaving just for safety, as this is not a very good fire. and just leave somewhere nearby, like even just stay in the same town, just go to another street, maybe go to your friend's house, I don't know. This fire, if you left in the area, do not return, still not safe. If you did not leave, it's best to leave now, just for safety. If you are anywhere here, if you are in any these areas here, you are trapped. You cannot get out. I don't know why there's an emergency warning. It's too late to leave. The fire has burnt all these areas and exit routes. If you just walk there, or you're on a car, you're trapped. You can't get out, really. The door road is closed, just for safety. But yeah, it's just another thing you want to keep an eye out. So the fire has burnt these areas. Once again, it's something you want to keep an eye out, and do not return if you did leave. Coughing fits. Anyway, let's now go to the Little Desert National Park, which has been raging for days now. It's a piece of blah, blah, blah. It's a bit of a scary bushfire as well. I'm kind of scared for the people around the area. So all this is charred, right? If you left in the area, you can return. There's really no threat at all to anything. The fire is a very rampage fire. Literally a few days ago, it was like lightning speed over here, and now it's traveling to the north very fast. It's going to track towards the east. Let's just take a look at where this fire is actually burning. It's a very dramatic bushfire right now. It's causing a lot of chaos. Properties have been lost now. It's a very crazy, very dynamic thing going on right now at the moment. This fire is extremely fast moving to the north. If you live in any of the outskirts or areas in Carnivore, leave immediately right now towards the west. This fire here is not a big deal. It's still quite far away, but it's these flanks of fire right here. You really want to keep an eye out. These are very fast moving. These will impact your area. If you live in Miriam, Carnivore, or any of these areas, best to leave immediately right now, as this fire will get closer to these towns, and it will impact them for sure. It's a very fast moving grass fire, and the most dangerous flank at the moment, I'd say, is this one and these two. This one's not as big of a deal, but it is something you want to keep an eye out. If the firefighters manage to do backburning here now, this is a very risky thing for firefighters, as backburning can sometimes get a little bit out of control. But I just had the idea, if they could like maybe backburn, if there's like a little trail or road, if they can like backburn these areas, let it all burn into itself, and then just stop it, because this fire is just continuing to rage, and if they don't try to put it out, it's just going to burn everywhere. So if you're a firefighter or you're a fire chief and you are watching this video, I'd highly I hope I don't ruin the world for you guys, but if you can, try to do maybe a backburn over here on these roads here. Try to do a backburn and make sure there's nobody there. So do a backburn around this road, and then try to put that out with helicopters and stuff. Best to do backburning over here, so then the fire doesn't escape, because this fire's already been raging for days and they can't put it out in no way at all. So if you are a firefighter, definitely it's best to do backburning. You're not going to get this thing out just by water. It's a very fast moving fire, and conditions are very bad. Therefore, firefighting, there's a lot of dry fuels. But if you're not a firefighter and you're just interested in this stuff, well, I'm happy for you. Yeah. Let's go to the Grand Paints fire. I'm really not going to call it any more separate fires. There's 3 separate fires, 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to call them all one big, gigantic mega blaze, Grand Paints bushfire. All of the Grand Paints is basically charred at all. The whole Grand Paints is closed. This the Grand Paints National Park will be closed for the next month for 100%. It might be even closed for the next 2 or 3 months. Depending how long these fires burn, it will be a very long time until they actually be all fully under control. You can see this map is not showing anything because something happened, it glitched out. But yeah, this fire is all sort of under control. They're doing a lot of backburning as well in these areas as well, which is very good news. If you live in Glen, what's going on really? I don't understand. I'm so temporary. Anyway, so just taking a look, you can see the fire is just about under control, I'd say. Actually, they did a very good job putting it out around the Miriwanta area. If you live in any of these surrounds and you left, do not return in these orange areas. If you live in Black Range SF or whatever that says there, and you left, you can return now. Just be cautioned in the area. But if you live in Mirror and you left, do not return. Still not very safe. There is backburning going on. If you live anywhere here, you are safe because the firefighters are doing backburning, which is great news. Yeah, that's sort of all I have this video. We can just talk about this fire. Yep, fully under control, nothing to worry about. Just be cautious in the area. Anyway, that's all I have this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you did appreciate the video, enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to see these videos daily. This video is a bit of a long one. Too many fires burning around Australia, and I'll talk to you later. Stay safe if you're in the fire affected areas, and I'll talk to you later in the next detailed update. Bye.